see films, indies are so great. Going out never seems so fun, hope all the seats recline. AMC, Regal Films, Santa Mark's okay. As long as there's a seat in there, need a place for our behinds. This is where it starts. Use an app or stand in line. To the theater we go. We'll be there on time. Sometimes get popcorn and a large Coca-Cola on ice. Through the door, then take a seat for the stuff we're putting in our eyes. Look, more films and trailers too. The show's about to start. 20 minutes or so to go, then we have to do our part. Reviewing films is what we do. Thanks for watching here at last. Oh, what fun it is to listen to TFW Movies Podcast.
This is an Insane Cast production. You're listening to Thanks for Watching the All Movies Podcast. With your cast, Beth, DJ, Jimmy, and Adrian. And now, thanks for watching.
Welcome to Thanks for Watching, episode 18.
Christmas Eve.
44. I know it's Christmas Eve, everybody. You'll probably be hearing this tomorrow on Christmas Day. Woohoo! Welcome to Christmas Day, everybody. And just for fun, you heard that wonderful Weird Al song that I recorded just last week. If you were a Patreon member, you already got to hear it. And it opened the show this week. So
Good job.
I know. It was silly. I know. Thank you.
But it made you so happy.
It did make me happy. I don't know why singing parodies make me happy, but it could have something to do with...
It's ingrained in your soul.
It really is. And I just recently saw an interview with Weird Al. Mm-hmm. He was eating hot peppers or hot sauce of some sorts.
Oh, dear.
It was a neat 20-minute interview thing that they did. Anyway, and one of the things they talked about is people doing parodies and... because of the internet, you could write a parody, throw it out online, and hopefully become famous overnight.
Right.
Well, that wasn't my point in this. My point was just to, give something a little extra to all of our fans, which was really fun. But one of the things Weird Al said was he wasn't sure if he was happy or think about what on earth have I done to get people to do parodies. So, as I was recording, I took 8 takes to do that. Good job. And thank you. But that doesn't count all the practice runs that I did. So, and the accordion was Joshua Strauss who did the accordion. That was really neat.
Good
Joshua
job,
Strauss.
Joshua Strauss. Yes, not Struthers, who does the original opening of the show. But yeah.
Wow.
I know, somebody completely different, another Joshua S. So we can't do Joshua S. We have to actually say last names.
Wow.
I know. Crazy. Anyway, so I'm DJ, and across from me is...
Jimmy.
Yay! And still on this side of the ocean, and a little up north.
Good morning, it's Beth.
Yay! And we don't have Adrian today. Where he ended up, I'm not sure. I'm guessing because it's, Christmas Eve and everything, he's run up to Las Vegas to visit with his family.
Actually, his family, I believe, are coming this way. I think he's probably out shopping.
I don't know. He could be. But we did find out yesterday his family was not coming.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. So
they change their minds more than normal people change their underwear.
Yeah, and so I was just going to say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Isn't that how that works?
Yeah.
So, speaking of falling, let's throw down the rundown of the show. We've got quite a show, everybody. Holy moly. Stuff we've been putting in our eyes. Mary Poppins, The Mule, Second Act, Aquaman, Bumblebee, Mortal Engines again, and Deadpool again.
So busy.
Holy smokes. And then we'll have box office numbers, which I don't even know if they're skewed or not because everything started on Tuesday last week and is starting again this Tuesday. And then we'll have what we've been streaming, which for me is nothing. But I'm sure between the three of us, there's somebody streaming something at least right this second.
Oh, I'm currently streaming.
Yep. And then we'll have our challenge. Next week's openings, future films. And then, and then the new discussion. So I didn't even put the discussion in there somewhere, but it's there. So let's get started with some of the news, entertainment news. And I'm sure you're not hearing it here first, but 20th Century Fox has said, and I quote, Die Hard is the greatest Christmas story ever told.
See? It's not just us who say it.
It's not. And so if you were doubting that it was a Christmas story at all, it has been cleared up by 20th Century Fox.
Because they know everything.
It's their film, I guess.
It is their movie. But I will say that I do agree with them, that it is definitely a Christmas movie, and it's super high up on the list.
It's pretty high up there, yeah. I enjoy it. In fact, it makes me want to take out all of the Die Hards and just binge watch them now. But I'll do that after the show. Right now I have a show to do, right?
Yep. Do it.
Apologies to all of you thinking you were going to be hearing this live because my antiquated computer does not seem to want to download the proper programs to use to go live. And I know. I started downloading that stuff like at 10 o'clock this morning.
Oh, man.
Nothing's happening. So my whole day has been all about this podcast. And and here we are, 4 hours later, going to town. Speaking of which, we got to get this done so you can go to town, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, hey. So let's talk a little bit about how you can contact us, as usual, at this point in time of the day. Thanks for watching. Can be contacted. Let me learn how to speak. There we go. I just learned.
Well, now that we have that
right
for our normal schedule.
Right. I would love to hear more voicemails. I think we will. There's been a challenge put out there. So 512-podcast. You can call us or text us. 512-763-2278. And if you're looking for that phone number, you could always go online and check it out at our website at tfwmovies.com. What's that, Beth?
I said it has a lot of sevens in it.
There are a lot of sevens. I see at least two. Okay, well, tfwmovies.com is our website address, and there you could find our email address, which is shoutout at tfwmovies.com, spelled out. Get your pen and paper ready. All right, there we go. shoutout at tfwmovies.com. Does anybody use pen and paper anymore?
Yeah, I wrote a thing today.
Oh.
I actually keep a journal.
Oh, sweet. Well, there you go. Although other people use journal making by talking on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which you can do. For us, you just do at TFW Movies. And, you know, Crackhead Blue's been throwing some stuff down on our Facebook page.
She is very, very active.
Absolutely. I love how active she is. And, you know, that's because she's a Patreon member.
That's why?
That's exactly why, because, you know,
I think it's probably because she's really interested in talking to us for some reason.
Well,
listening to us.
Well, who wouldn't be, honestly? I mean,
we are fascinating.
I think if our fans shared our show more, we would have more people going, oh, wow, where have I been this whole time? See, that's what it would be. So
I'm sure that is what it is.
Exactly. So, actually, Crackhead Blue, she was sending us a list, and it was a huge list of where our Adam Driver friend, he's not really our friend, but...
he's my friend.
Yeah, but he's been getting, like, a lot of notoriety, you know.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of nominations and stuff for his work in BlacKkKlansman.
Yeah. Los Angeles Online Film Critics, Gotham Awards, Independent Spirit Awards, Satellite Awards, Golden Globes, Critics' Choice Awards, Online Association of Female Film Critics.
Hey-o.
SAG Awards. I know, huh? Are you involved with that, Beth?
No.
Okay. We need to get you in there. I mean,
that'd be awesome.
Female film critic, honestly. San Francisco Film Critics, Phoenix Film Critics, bleh. All these tongue twisters. Houston Film Critics, London Critics Circle. That sounds like fun. It just reminds me of the Vacation movie where he's going around, oh, there's Big Ben, and then an hour later, there's Big Ben.
Big Ben, everybody, Parliament.
Get stuck in that circle. Florida Film Critics, Los Angeles Film Critics Association, North Texas Film Critics Association.
Like everybody.
And then there's another alliance for women film journalists. So, hey, lots of people. Yeah. So, hey, thanks for putting that out there for us, Crackhead Blue. Appreciate that. We can throw that on there.
Me and Blue, we appreciate the driver.
There you go. So
I think Abby does too, right?
Oh, I mean, yes, Abby does too.
Abby's an Adam Driver fan?
She is.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought we had a conversation about that at some point.
Totally. So I'd love to have Abby on the show again. That'd be fun. She's another one of those great Patreon subscribers, which is really cool. So, hey, send that out. Tell your friends about us, because there's starting to be some buzz about Thanks for Watching, a.k.a. TFW Movies. Yeah. So, hey, let's get to know our fans, shall we? Because we threw out into the universe for everybody to talk about some films that have filmmaking in them.
Yep. And
so that's a tough one because there's a lot that I could think of, but which ones would be your favorites? That's the harder one. And so Crackhead Blue threw out Saving Mr. Banks, Super 8, Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Tropic Thunder!
I know. Hugo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. While You're Young, because, well, Adam Driver.
Yep.
And then she added Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Cloverfield. I like Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's one of my favorites.
That's a good one. And then on my alumni group, Lauren, she said Saving Mr. Banks. One of her favorites. Yeah. And then J.M. Strauss, teacher J.M. Strauss, he says, Saving Mr. Banks, The Disaster Artist, which I thought was actually a good one. Yeah.
It's about the room.
I know, huh?
Oh, hi, Mark.
So I've never seen The Room. I don't know if I have any desire to actually see the film.
Oh, my goodness. You should watch it.
Yeah, you think so?
I would be really, really interested to see what you had to say about it since you love every movie ever.
Well, maybe you should come down here and then just see my initial reaction to watching it. And we'll just watch it.
We'll just live stream your reaction to The Room.
Oh, dear.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, my gosh. Talk about a train wreck ready to happen.
Oh, it is.
Oh, fantastic. No. Oh, wow. Well, he also added Big Fat Liar.
Okay.
Walking Sleeping Beauty.
Waking
it's a documentary. Beauty? Oh, wait, Waking. If I could read, folks, then that would be even better. So, no, Waking Sleeping Beauty. La La Land. Mm-hmm. And then he added Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Nice.
And that just made me think of another one that I'm typing it in right now.
Oh, type it in.
But actually, that's actually all of them. So that's all we've got for our fans. It's time to move on to our cast, right? Yeah, they did a great job.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. And that was last minute stuff because, I kind of sent out a text reminder. Hey, I didn't get a list from you guys, and I know you wrote one out. And they were like, I forgot. And then so at last minute, there they are.
Because everything's so crazy and busy with the holidays.
Yeah. Well, it is. So probably the other reason we can't go live, everybody else is. Who knows?
Nobody is.
No, or nobody is. That's right. All right. So who wants to go first? Get to know the cast.
I'll go.
All right. Go for it.
Now, I only have a few because I have a horrible memory. like I just watched Bumblebee, literally not even 2 hours ago.
Yeah, really.
And I remember I was like, there's a movie playing in this film.
There is a movie playing in the film.
And I can't remember what it is.
Well,
I know there was a movie in that movie.
Well, was there a movie being filmed in that film?
I thought we were talking about movies playing in the film.
I know. See, now that's where everybody got confused this week. But it can be. So, which is why I'm going to give it to you. I think it's good. You could do WALL-E, too, because that would be a good one. If you liked WALL-E.
Hello, Dolly and WALL-E.
That's right.
Yeah, so Bumblebee had a movie playing in the background.
Okay.
And several movie references, but that would be that list would be so long.
Totally. And I really like the way they did use the radio for him to talk. That was kind of neat too.
So Jay and Silent Bob Strike Again. Uh-oh, Honey.
Yeah.
Was playing in the background. And Strange Brew, Mad Max 2.
Oh,
Strange Brew, yes!
I love that. Good ones. Those are really good ones.
Poser.
Excelente. So if you could think of one where there was a movie being made, can you think of one?
I can't.
In the film? No. Okay.
I think The Truman Show, no?
Oh, that was the one I was going to put, too. I was like, it's right there on my thing.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was playing in the movie.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know. So, yeah, it was unclear, I got a lot of questions about it, too. A lot of people asked me, so.
Oh, man, we were confusing? Bummer.
Yeah, we were confusing. It happens. In fact, Lisa from work, who hadn't given me a list at all yet, was asking about it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So, which is probably why she was all confused. And then the weekend happened, and it was like, nope, not happening.
So much going on.
All right. Yeah.
Adrian just put in Mommy Dearest.
Of course.
And some Kabuki theater. And this is what you get when you don't show up for the show.
Right.
Low-grade mockery.
Right. Oh, my goodness. Beth, you want to go next?
Sure.
Okie dokie.
The first one I thought of at all when you brought that up was Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Oh.
Which is hilarious.
Yes.
And then I also, all of the Christopher Guest movies, like Spinal Tap and A Mighty Wind and Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman, all of those are all glorious. And then also, it's called Things We Do in the Shadows, What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah,
vampire.
that was good. I was going to talk about that one too.
Yeah.
That is good.
Those are mine.
What about Balto? Remember the
Balto?
The hero dog?
Yeah.
There was a TV show always being filmed.
Yeah. Oh, Bolt too.
Bolt.
Yeah, Bolt.
Yeah.
That was true. Bolt's a good one. All right, good.
God, if I would have known that was the actual thing, that would have made it a whole lot easier.
I bet. No kidding, because there's a lot of movies where there's stuff being played in the background, like a TV or a movie or whatever. Yeah. Cool. All right. Is that all you have for us, Beth? Because those were great. Okay. Cool. Well, here are mine. Okay. UHF.
Of course.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, for sure. I just, for some reason, the opening scene where Roger's like running around the kitchen and then boom, the refrigerator falls on his head and then the director says cut and we widen up to like the real world.
Rabbit sees stars.
Right.
I like the stage directions. Rabbit gets clunked. Rabbit sees stars.
Yep. So that to me, that just that whole opening. I mean, I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and you know. So anyway, Hugo, good, Super 8, and I also have Noises Off. I know it's play, it's theatrical, but I still think that it counts because I really like it, and you know, we can all take some liberties to this, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, what the heck? It's our show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
One of the bosses of it.
That's right. That's right. Wow. So, and then Truman Show was definitely one that needed to be on there. I like that one.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's the end of that segment, I think, unless we think of something somewhere in the middle.
That was really quick for us.
Right?
In which case, we'll shout it out later, like we always do.
Of course, exactly.
It'll bleed
We
in.
here having the meeting of the...
That's how that works, right? All right. Okay, so it's now time for stuff we're putting in our eyes.
What did you put in your eyes, dude?
Oh, man, I put a lot in my eyes. Let's see, I put the Mule in the second act, Bumblebee, and Aquaman.
Wow.
Yeah, lots. So, but let's start with Once Upon a Deadpool, Jimmy, because I know you saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what did you think?
Loved it.
Didn't we talk about this last week?
We
did.
But I hadn't seen it, and DJ wants to know what I thought.
I do.
Is that okay with you, Beth?
No, that's fine. I was just...
Okay.
Sorry.
You just I confused you again.
Yep.
You're welcome.
So what do you think?
I didn't think it was possible for them to do a PG-13.
Right. They nailed it.
They did.
Yeah.
With classic Ryan Reynolds style.
Oh,
too.
my gosh, yeah.
Favorite scene
Yeah.
is the turn where Fred Savage actually gets into the movie. Instead of, like, fighting the movie, he gets into the movie. And he's
Okay.
like, what about? And he starts making suggestions. That was my favorite scene.
Good idea.
Take away from the film. Even Deadpool can make a movie where they only drop the F-bomb one time.
Yep.
Nice.
What I learned from the film is even though you think you know what you want, when you get there, maybe it's not your time.
Aww.
And my overall impression, it was a 9.
Yeah. Good.
It's a 9.
Nice.
So the background on the what I learned from the film is and I don't remember last week if DJ went over it, but Deadpool's girlfriend is killed, and he knows that in order to see her, he has to die, and he keeps like trying to die. And she keeps sending him away. You're not ready. Your heart's not in the right place. You're not ready. Your heart's not in the right place. You're not ready. Your heart's not in the right place. And he's like, my heart is not in the right place. What are we going to do? And he finally makes the ultimate sacrifice and sacrifices himself for someone else. And he gets there and she's like, well, your heart's in the right place, but it's still not time.
Yep. Yep.
So it was good.
Yeah.
It was a great film.
Cool. I agree. Yeah, Deadpool. The Once Upon a Deadpool. There you go.
Once Upon a Deadpool.
Cool. I saw The Mule.
Oh, how was that?
That was pretty awesome. You know, if you ask Penny, she'll say, "Oh, it was slow."
Well, it's a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Clint Eastwood. Boy, he is. He's an old man. Holy moly! Wow. I mean, here,
I think the PC way of saying that is he sure has a lot of experience he brings to the film.
well, yeah, but the character was an old man. And he fit it.
Oh, DJ.
Yeah. But I was like, gosh, I remember Clint Eastwood, and I guess he was older.
What was the movie with the monkey in it?
A movie with a monkey?
Okay, just a second.
What is it?
Oh, goodness. What is that called? I know what you're talking about. It's like Clint Eastwood and the
Something
chimpanzee.
loose?
I don't
Something
even
wild?
know. Oh. Well, the thing is I was like in awe. I don't know if the makeup made him look older or not, but
No, probably
was
not.
like-
He's a pretty old dude.
yeah, he was, and he was. I mean, in the film, his character was
Every
pretty.
which way but loose.
Yep.
He
But
was pretty young in that movie.
yeah.
That was 78, though. That was a great movie.
Yeah. Wow. So, but I have to say, let's see. I'm trying to think of my favorite scene in this one, but I think my favorite scene is when he is his character's pulling into this shop to get the bag of drugs, which he doesn't know is drugs at the moment, and then they give him a cell phone and says, "Okay, do you text?" And he goes, no. I guess I could
I'm
learn.
An old man. I don't
Yeah,
do that
and they give him a flip phone of all things, and and then he comes back and he still has that same old flip phone, and the guys are like, "Dude, don't you know anything? You use it, then you throw it away." And he's like, "That's a perfectly good cell phone." And so
Why do you want
I
me
just
to waste my cell phone?
right, and then they give him a new phone with a touch screen and all that stuff, and says, "Okay, do you know how to text yet?" He's like, "No, but I could learn again, I guess, if you want me to learn." And it was just neat because he was talking to my generation of people that text a lot. So, but it was it was neat seeing that point of view. And I don't even know if he ever learned to text in the whole film. I guess the takeaway is you don't have to text.
It's true. You could call people or talk to them or
yeah.
write a letter. You could practice your calligraphy skills.
Right, there's that. I mean, shoot, you wouldn't want me to do it though. No bueno. Yeah, I'll type you a letter. I think that's better.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess one thing I learned that is if you're on the freeway and there's a helicopter heading that direction, it's probably a DEA agent.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Hey.
Especially if you're in a film about being a drug mule.
Yeah. Right. So,
Jeez, Clint.
Right. And but my overall impression, I'm going with a 9 on this one because it was a neat story. It wasn't filmed with all this CGI and stuff. And
was there a lot of necessary necessity for computer generated imaging?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't.
Probably makes it easier to not use CGI.
Right. I think there was. Yeah, and there was a little bit of shooting involved, but nothing that would require CGI, just like a regular old squib and,
Gotcha.
all that. Yeah, and then they had disc shooting, so like a real live disc shooting wouldn't be a problem, right? I don't know. I've never done disc shooting in a film. Careful with that.
Yeah.
Be aware there, buddy.
That was a tight walk.
Yeah, right.
Tightrope walk, rather.
Right. No kidding. But yeah, a great film. I recommend it. Go see it, especially if you're a fan of Clint Eastwood because he did a good job.
Yeah.
It was interesting the tie-in that they had with he was he grew flowers. What is that called? Horticulturalist or
Horticulturist?
Yeah, that's it. So that's what he did for a living, which ended up with online stuff, killed his business.
Yeah,
and so he had to do something to make some money. Well, and he fell into muling.
There you go.
Is that what you call? Anyway, yeah, great film. Enjoy it. Go see it. Muling.
Yeah. I know. I was like, Okay.
Running? Drug running?
The old muling.
The old muling. Yeah. So, hey, we talked about it already, Mortal Engines, but I want to know your take on it. What did you think?
Mortal Engines was actually... I had a lot of preconceived notions going into this film.
Uh-oh. It's not my fault, is it?
Probably. Partially, at least.
Uh-oh.
However, not disappointed at all by this film. It was a bit deeper than I thought it would be. I thought it was just like Mad Max on steroids.
Right.
And
it is my fault.
like Star Wars kind of thing going on, but it was way, way more than that.
Yes.
A lot of political statements.
Very much so.
There was a lot of political statements this week.
Yes.
In the movies.
The hate of government is in the movies this week.
Yes, very much so. Housing crisis, energy crisis, those that wield power but are not honest, and on and on and on.
Yeah.
I like how they threw in the assassination attempt.
Yep.
And how the big government throws people out like trash.
Yep.
It was very, very much a movie that if it didn't leave you thinking, I would ask whether or not you were awake.
Right. Yeah.
My favorite scene in the movie is where the villain and the heroine, it happens early on in the film, as he looks into the eyes, the villain looks into the eyes of the heroine, realizes who she is, and like he gets the oh crap face. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was some really good film work and some really good acting.
Yeah.
Takeaway from the film is don't waste things.
Oh, yeah.
What I learned is if you have something very valuable to you, it's probably valuable to others, and just keep it quiet. My overall impression, I give it a 7.
7. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Good. Very good. Cool. Yeah, good film. I enjoyed that one. I didn't ask Beth. Did you see anything that should be on this list?
No.
I like that.
Did you see anything that shouldn't be on the
Yes,
list?
right. You're right. I guess we should. No.
Okay.
How's the Christmas play going, by the way?
Closed yesterday.
Closed yesterday.
I was at the theater for like 13 hours.
Oh my goodness.
So
Wow.
that's why I didn't go to see anything.
Ah.
But hopefully, I'm hoping to see Mary Poppins this week.
Yay.
And yeah.
And I'm sure you'll see something that comes out tomorrow, which we'll talk about in a little while.
I probably will. I don't even know what's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Now I have to look it up. Now you've got me all curious.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
okay.
go ahead though, and we'll.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, this break has been brought to you by the end of the season of Oklahoma Theater.
Yeah, thanks.
So let's go with second act, shall we?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, because I got to go see that one. And you know me, I love comedy. This one was comedy. It was heartfelt comedy. It had some predictability. So this gal who is she has a GED. She didn't really actually graduate high school, but did go back and get a credential. She has been tearing it up at this local grocery store and just like making some great stuff. Sees the manager, wants to be like the store manager, and she's up against some guy who has a master's degree.
From
I don't remember where it's from.
like Harvard or Yale.
Yes, something like that. Yeah, some big one.
Place.
Some fancy place. And then she has 15 years experience running this darn store for somebody else. And so anyway, she makes a wish on her birthday that the whole school thing didn't matter, and one of her friends decides, well, fine, I'm going to create a whole new persona with her, use her real name instead of her nickname that she's been using throughout the whole time, and create a whole, a master's degree in Stanford and all these great stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and so and like Peace Corps work and just like all this experience, and then climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. So she lands this interview. Well, she doesn't, but everything else does.
Her other her.
Yeah, her other her, and so she's like her terrible friend who cusses throughout the whole film.
Hey.
Up until a point, it's just so funny when her. So let me get on that tangent in a minute. But first of all, so she goes into the interview, and the guy, the owner of the business, is like, "How did you do that? Because I've been training to be climbing Mount Kilimanjaro for a long time."
Kilimanjaro.
Thank you.
With
That's
O,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Kilimanjaro. Anyway, so that like is an instant connection, which she's kind of going, okay, I didn't realize I did that. And then it's a makeup line of some sorts. Anyway, so she wins the heart of this guy by saying, hey, this this skin cream doesn't work because it's not really organic, right in front of the gal who created the non-organic stuff.
Oh, dear.
And she's like, I want her out of here, but he ends up hiring her anyway. So, pretty cool. Anyway, one of the funniest things, one of my favorite scenes in the whole film is when the main character realizes that her best friend has stopped cussing.
Oh.
Yes, because her little kid, I think he might be 8 years old, started cussing in the classroom because she just has the worst potty mouth. And so for the next several scenes throughout the whole movie, she's using other cuss words besides the one she normally alternatives, which was so funny. I just love when they do that. So self-censorship, I guess you could call it, but yeah, it was really good. And so the kid stops cussing. He starts using other alternative cuss words, which is really good. That's what it was all about, you know. So it was pretty funny. There were some continuity issues that I thought were weird. She has this great idea to go get this plant from somebody's house, and she has to break in. Well, she tells this guy that she's working with, one of her partners or whatever, lackeys, for a better word, her lackey, stay downstairs and guard the front door. And she runs in, breaks in, grabs the plant. And gets out, like nothing happens, but then she ends up on the subway all by herself. I'm like, well, what did you do with the guy? Did you leave him at the front door, or what happened there? So that was just really weird. I mean, who knows? It could have been hours later that she was on the subway, but...
So they didn't give you the Quentin Tarantino break into the next scene with a little description,
right? Nothing like that, which would have been great, you know. And then there was another.
There was no narrator.
No narrator. I was so bummed out. So if you're going to steal something, here's the big takeaway: if you're going to steal something, make sure you tell your lackey to go with you when you leave instead of
maybe she killed him.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Maybe she killed him to keep him silent.
No, he was in another scene later. So
maybe he resurrected.
Oh, that could happen. Well, there was nothing said about that. Darn it. The other continuity thing was kind of weird. So it's at the end of the film. They're doing something with, and everything this montage takes a whole year montage, and then boom, cut to the boyfriend she was having trouble with is now rekindling that a year later, and I thought, okay, that's weird.
People do weird stuff, dude.
Do weird stuff, but yeah. So I give it an 8. Overall impression, it was a great film. It was funny. Go see it. And if you don't like cussing, it tones out near the middle of the film. But it was funny. I really enjoyed it. I think you should see it. Very heartwarming. And you'll know why. I don't want to give away anything. Actually, Penny and I both figured it out a little bit before it happened. But anyway, good stuff. I enjoyed it. Check the gate, move on.
He figured it out before his heart was warmed.
Exactly. It was. Yeah, warmed later. But, yeah. But, hey, let's get into Bumblebee, shall we?
Sure.
Bumblebee.
Open the door and just get right in.
Get right in. What do you think? Tell us about Bumblebee. Or do you want me to go first? I'm good with that, too.
I liked Bumblebee.
Ditto.
It's very fresh in my mind.
I'd imagine.
I watched a 10 o'clock show, and the theater was absolutely full.
I bet.
Nice.
I sat in the wheelchair companion seat.
Okay.
Which is the second time this week that I've done that.
Okay.
I kind of like those seats.
They're good seats, yeah.
You don't have to share anything with anyone, and
Nope.
it's like back in the 80s when they put cup holders in cars, and everyone's like, well, how many cup holders do you have?
Yeah.
Those things
Back
have
in the day.
3 cup holders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those are good.
Where the general population ones, you got
Get one. Yeah. Papa would probably love taking that
Oh,
one
no.
out.
He loved it because he's like, I got 3 cup holders. I stole one from the handicap chair.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, good
Thanks.
Lord.
Yeah.
You are so predictable. All they needed was a cigarette lighter so he could plug something into it.
He should have just brought his wheelchair. He could have brought that in there and boom, set it up. There's a cigarette lighter right there.
Right. Let's see. Bumblebee. Favorite scene.
Bumblebee.
The first time the Decepticons show themselves to the humans.
Ooh.
Favorite scene. And it's not because the way that the scene... None of the cinematography, none of the acting. It was one line.
Oh?
Take me to your leader.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was a good one because then they're like the John Cena's role. Is it John Cena? Yeah. He's like, we need to think about this for a second.
Let's don't do this.
And then the nerdy guy is like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to give you access to everything. And then we're also going to take you to our leaders. We can probably snuff them out.
It goes from Dr. Powell to Friend Powell
to
Human Powell.
Yes, that was good.
What was your favorite scene?
Oh my goodness, my favorite scene. I have to say when Bumblebee is first discovered by, when the gal, I can't remember her name.
Charlie
Watson.
Yes,
when Charlie Watson discovers Bumblebee for the first time, and that little montage and stuff going to the beach and stuff, and just when it's time to hide, he doesn't quite get it. And she hides behind a rock, and he is supposed to turn back into a bug, but ends up
a Volkswagen bug,
yes,
a beetle,
but ends up like hiding behind a rock instead.
No, he jammed his head in the sand.
Oh, is that what it was?
It wasn't even a rock. He just jams his head into the sand and turns into a mound.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was good stuff.
Paint on it.
Yeah, it was good stuff. So,
good.
That's probably my favorite.
What was your takeaway?
My takeaway: don't take those bad guys to your leader and give them access to everything.
So this one, like many films, like the whole. Panda, Kung Fu Panda, conundrum. Like the answer, you're looking at the answer, like finding themselves inside. And this one, my takeaway was things that you repress or things that are taken from you can get back, and that builds on who you are. Because that was actually a really cool point where it shows him getting his memory back from before.
That's true. Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was cool. I think that overall, I thought this was one of the better films of all the Transformers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this one, you know what I loved the most is that when Bumblebee and the other Transformers were transforming, it wasn't like super close up where you see little things going bop, bop, bop all over the place and you can't see them transform. You can actually watch Bumblebee transform. I loved that.
Yeah, that was actually in some of the comments and in some of the feedback they got in the last two movies.
Yeah,
was we want to see the big picture. So I really, really think that Travis Knight did a really good job. On this film. And I was like, who the hell's Travis Knight? Because it's just not. But he did Coraline. He did quite a few really cool movies. The Box Trolls.
Yeah. Okay. So he knows how to do that slow motion / just get
stop
it.
Motion.
Well, the first 15 years of his career was stop motion.
Yeah.
And then he's like, that was the perfect platform for me to jump from to do this film. And man, you really see it in the directing that he thought about all those fine details that you have to think about in a stop motion film.
I give it a 9, and I deem this one my favorite one that I've seen this weekend. And I've seen a lot.
I actually give it a 10 because the other thing that I loved about this movie, the soundtrack.
Oh,
holy cow.
You're right.
This is right up there. Soundtrack-wise, this is right.
Yeah.
I mean, these are right next to each other with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're right.
Seriously,
You're right.
seriously
You're right.
good. And it's probably because it's nostalgic for me, but
Totally.
Right.
Well,
You
it
know,
takes place in 87, right? Is that the year?
87, and then in Northern California.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Oh, man. So it's like totally
it's
just
like,
the
Yeah.
jams.
Yeah. Good
and
point.
I thought the guy at the junkyard, at the marine salvage yard,
Yeah.
repair yard, I
Yeah.
thought that was Stan Lee for a minute.
Yeah. It's
And I got excited, and I go, that's not Stan Lee.
right.
That's the grandpa from Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods.
It's a TV show with Tom
Oh,
Selleck in it.
okay. Got it. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, cool. Was this your favorite movie you saw this weekend? Just the weekend, not like an all.
I think for this weekend,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It definitely was the surprise for me.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Because I was like, I went in thinking this is just another Transformers movie. We're gonna see all we're gonna see is a bunch of killing and a bunch of BS. And
Yeah.
oh, Bumblebee, you must be B127. And I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. What you
whatever
could
Dark Side of the Moon or whatever the last one was, I can't remember because that's how much
Oh.
I did not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, God, this is gonna be just a
Wasn't it like Extinction or something like that?
Something, yeah.
Like I thought, another steaming turd. Here we go.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no way.
No way. Yeah, it was good.
I actually,
I think it's Age of Extinction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, this was good.
No. Last night was the last one.
Oh, yeah, it was last night. It was the
Man.
last one.
the thing that I learned about the film, I think touched on it just lightly, was that whole bringing things back to the forefront and finding yourself, because that was the two parallel tracks that Charlie Watson and Bumblebee were on, was remembering and
Yeah.
embracing.
Yeah.
But I actually give it a 10.
Cool. Yeah.
Give it a 10.
Wow.
agree. You know, I probably should rewrite and give it a 10 as well. Because once you said the music, I was like, you're right.
Because it was
I can't think of anything I thought of that I didn't like in the film.
there really wasn't. I couldn't
Yeah.
find. I read some reviews online and things, and there was only one continuity issue that was pointed out, and I don't even remember. It was like that's kind of a stretch. Like,
Yeah.
because I think that the directors and the writers do those on purpose because they want you to fill in the blank.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And sometimes I think that's helpful, because if they're going to do a sequel or whatever, then they're able to go, did you get it? Did you get it close?
Yeah.
Not did you get it right? Because
Yeah.
that's not their point. I
No,
don't
that makes
think.
sense.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, but I give it a 10. It was my favorite. It was actually my favorite movie this month.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, good.
Very nice.
Very cool. Okay. Cool. Did you see Aquaman? You did see Aquaman.
I sure
We
did
just-
see Aquaman.
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 This one was a lot better than I expected it to be too. Just with Justice League, did not do Aquaman justice, and so I think that thank you. So here we got a chance to actually see Aquaman at work, and that was good.
You watched it at work?
No. No, but he was at work.
I want to watch Aquaman at work.
Me too. That's a good idea. So yeah, So Aquaman, let's talk about it, shall we?
So the general plot: Aquaman, dad's a lighthouse keeper.
Yep.
Mom is a queen of the sea,
Yep.
betrothed to a butthole king.
Yep.
She swims to shore.
The butthole
They end
king
up
of the
being
sea.
The butthole king of the sea. So she's running away, and she finds this man who at first she's like, "You're a weirdo, but I'll live at your house and do your stuff," and they end up with the child.
Yeah.
Like you do.
Right.
you do?
Because it's that whole, we
Yeah.
live together, we may as well.
Might as
thing.
well. I mean,
And-
I don't want to
and-
give it up to the butthole king of the sea.
Right.
And I missed how they met each other because the film was messing up when we saw it.
She actually there's a big storm.
Okay.
And she shows up on shore, and he rescues her, takes her home, brings her back to life. Florence Nightingale.
Got it.
In reverse, like man-nurse thing.
Got it.
There was that little gender equality thing going on.
Oh,
there.
okay.
And then he grows up, and he's able to...
I caught that part. Just the very beginning was all
He's able to communicate with the animals of the sea.
Okay. I saw that.
Aquarium.
Yeah,
it's in the trailer, but the actual scene, 100 times better. Because there's a part
you're
where
right.
they're like, Arthur, you're a weirdo. You talk to fish. And then, like, all the animals, like, point at these two bullies, and the sharks are beating the crap out of the glass.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo. You talk to fish.
That's right.
So that's the plot. He has to find himself, save Atlantis so that he can save his world. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes.
An Aquaman meme on the old Instagram right now.
Oh, good. I like that. That's good. One of my favorite scenes is a scene where the bad fish dudes.
The bad fish dudes. I'm just
the bad fish
that.
Dudes
I mean,
get rid of all of the junk that's in the ocean, which is something to be said. Like this was a political move too, because it was a ton of garbage that they removed from the sea, including ships, warships, and all that stuff, removed from the ocean and put back on the land. That was a lot,
right?
And probably an accurate amount of garbage that's in this ocean. So
probably a little light.
You're right.
I think it was a very conservative amount because anyone who's spent any time swimming, surfing, scuba diving, snorkeling anywhere other than pristine spots where there's a ton of tourists where they clean things up.
Yeah,
you see it.
Yeah. So that was pretty big.
When the shark that's about to eat you has a 6-pack holder on its fin, there's maybe a problem.
Yeah, you're right. And I have to say that's probably the biggest takeaway is that we're polluting everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Again, take care of what you got.
Yeah.
Or, you're going to end up either or and Mortal Engines and Aquaman.
Right. No kidding.
One or the other.
Exactly.
Now, so your favorite scene was the storm where all the stuff pushes back on onto the shore and the
that was amazing.
Wave and all that. That was pretty cool.
Because at first I was like, "What the heck's going on? What is he doing? What is that?" And then, which was also the call to action where they almost killed his dad. So that was
and
crazy.
And the person that comes to help save the dad.
Yeah.
Is one of the 7 kings of the sea.
Yeah.
Was it the butthole one?
No, this was the unbutthole one.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah.
But the butthole one is not in the film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
He's just spoken of.
It's his son, but what happens is in the movie, at a certain point, Arthur Aquaman, he at a very young age, Atlantis sends their sentries to come bring his mom back.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she goes back and she has to be with Butthole, and they have a child. So Arthur
so he has
and
a Butthole brother.
Butthole Jr.
are
half brothers.
Yep.
Half butthole.
Right.
They half butthole brother.
That's not going to be the title. It's not.
I'm just continuing.
But no, it was really cool. There was a lot of different factions in this movie, which gave it lots of layers, which I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
I really haven't seen where there wasn't one clearly defined villain.
No, there were a few. Yeah. From Black Lantern to the other to Butthole.
Yeah.
Who is his half brother?
And I can't even remember the guy's name. That's how much I did not like him.
And I had trouble deciphering between the guy so the guy is the guy that did the training at the beginning, that guy also played the Green Goblin. Yeah,
Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So,
Volko.
yes, I was having trouble with that. Just like, oh, he's supposed to be a bad guy. Is he a good guy or is he a bad guy in this? So, it was good. I'm glad that he played both the sides.
And another really good character, King Nereus, is the one who's the father of the girl that saves Aquaman's dad, Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
I mean, we get him.
Wow.
We get him twice in a month. It just doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah.
King Orm is the brother.
Yeah.
Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
And
I hope that they can patch things up as brothers. That would be really nice if there's an Aquaman 2.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
But there's going to be an evil plan at the base of it, so.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa is Arthur, and I don't remember seeing him in any other films. I'm sure that I have.
Oh, he's been in a bazillion things. He was on Game of Thrones. He was in... they remade Conan a while ago with him in it.
Yep.
Well, you nailed everything that I
haven't seen.
Not seen.
He's a pile of beef, that dude, and he's really funny in real life.
In this film, he was really funny, too. I really enjoyed his acting. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. My kids watch Game of Thrones, and...
Really?
It's just not my thing. Maybe I just haven't seen, or I've seen it in the middle and not seen pieces. There's pieces missing.
Yeah.
But he's a great actor. I honestly really enjoyed watching the film. Nicole Kidman is mom.
Oh yeah. I like Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, it's a good. Really is a good film.
Cool. What? So overall, what would you give it? I'm giving it an 8. I can't help it. I enjoyed it.
I can't help it. I'm giving it an 8 despite myself.
That's right.
There was a couple continuity issues that were pretty glaring, and I thought. Man, I almost went Adrian on you, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
Careful with that.
I would have to go an 8 because it's closer to an 8 than a 7 for me.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
But no, again, I was pretty pumped about the movie, and there was a lot of things that were surprising, which is good. That's always, for me, that's always something good that keeps me thinking if I'm in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a Marvel film. It's very clear on that. No. But it was good.
No, it's DC.
It's definitely DC. Yeah.
It was very auditorily overwhelming.
That's what you were mentioning.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I had to... when we left, like, every little noise bothered me because it was so full of auditory stimuli that I was like, holy crap. But good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was good crap.
Yeah.
Well, there was another film that came out this weekend that had fish in it. I don't know if you remember it.
I do.
You do? All right.
I do.
Mary Poppins Returns. Yeah, we all went to see that one, right? We went the same night?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That was the other handicap seating.
Yes. Yeah. So that one, Mary Poppins Returns. You know, all I could do was think about the original Mary Poppins while watching it and trying to compare. Like, how can I compare these two?
You can't.
No, you can't, because they're all new songs. Everything's new.
Right.
I really
it's not
loved
a remake. It's a sequel-ish.
That's right. The animation was really awesome. I loved how they would go into this bowl. Say they went into the what is it? Just a wash bowl of some sorts, and their clothes were all drawn on. It was just really kind of cool. I was like, gosh, I wish I could make costumes like that, because they were really awesome.
That would be easier.
You can with a colored pencil.
Right? Yeah. Ooh, you gave me an idea. I think we might have to buy some white clothes. I'll just draw it all on there. It's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. And I know my Halloween costume is going to be something out of Mary Poppins. Yeah.
Don't worry, kids. That'll change.
It might change
10 times.
We've still got 10 more months.
Yeah,
He's deciding between the
end of
trumpet, the
December.
trombone, and the electric guitar.
Right? Oh, dear.
So what was your favorite scene?
Oh, my favorite scene has to be... I was thinking about it before, going, this has got to be my favorite scene, and then it popped out of my brain. But it does that, you know.
It does.
I think the Topsy-Turvy scene was one of my favorite scenes with Glenn Close. No. Is that who it was? No.
I don't know.
No, it was not Glenn Close. It was...
let me look.
Yeah.
When you said that,
maybe that's
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. Why did I do that? Okay, Meryl Streep. Yes, I really liked that scene. That was one of my favorite scenes. Just for some reason, when rooms turn upside down and you I don't know. That's always fascinated me.
It just makes DJ really happy.
It sure does. Upside down rooms are super happy things to happen. You know, so that's one of my favorites, and I enjoyed the song too. I really enjoyed the song that they did, which was. Well, I don't think it was in that one, but it was in the theater. The song about the book and the cover not being the same, which I turned to Penny and I said, they're telling the whole story and right in that scene.
Yeah, they did.
The whole movie in that one song. Boom, done. That's all we needed.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. So, but it was still good. It was still good.
Right. So... Just as a little setup, Mary Poppins Return is a little different than Mary Poppins, the original. It still has the Banks children in it, but Michael and Jane are now adults, brother and sister.
Yep.
George Banks, rest his soul, is dead.
Aww.
And Michael Banks owns a home. He's an artist. And the story of being an artist is, how the hell are you going to pay your bills?
Right.
And that's what he falls into. So he has to take a mortgage out on his house. Note comes due. The bank's lawyers come and say, you've got 5 days to come up with the money.
Yep.
Come
up with the money or get out.
There's the challenge. And as soon as the challenge is thrown down, the chimney sweep's son, Jack, shows up. Mary Poppins shows up. It all develops. You get the Mary Poppins thing floating from the sky.
Yep. And I like that some of the scenes that were in there, like between like the music and all that, had the music from the original Mary Poppins.
Nice.
It was kind of neat.
My take on this movie is very different than DJ's. I found myself going, good Lord, how much longer do we have to watch this thing?
Wow.
I was like, holy crap. Because I was like, the substance just wasn't there for me.
No.
They really could have did the whole movie, the first 20 minutes, the book and cover scene, and then the last 20 minutes, and it would have been a 1 hour film without all the other crap. Because honestly, I rarely get up in a movie. I got up 4 times.
Oh wow!
Wow!
Holy moly!
It did not hold my attention at all.
Well, the songs here's some of the. This is why I'm giving it a 7, because I can't give it any more than that. Because all the music, although it was good, it was nothing like the original Mary Poppins, where you can leave the theater still singing along.
Right.
None of these songs were sing-along songs. They wanted them to, you could tell, but they put so much extra into it that there's not a lot you can sing along to.
Right.
Right.
I mean, even the stuff from Frozen you could sing along to. This one just... I mean, Let's Go Fly a Kite was so simple and so well done. You could leave the theater singing Let's Go Fly a Kite.
Every time it's windy and you
Yes.
drive by a park,
Yes.
that song plays in your mind.
It
I don't
does.
care if you're 20 or 90.
Yeah. Yeah. There was no song about Mary Poppins like there was in the original, which I think they could have done another song, or at least I think that they could have brought back one of the original songs that was in the original. That might have probably helped a little bit.
A spoonful of sugar.
Something like that. Yeah, or even a parody to it.
Right.
You know, I would...
Parody.
Yeah. I can't help that.
No, it just seems like, I don't know, I didn't see the movie, but it seems like if you're like, oh, well, I would like it to be more like the original, I would like it to be more like you can sing along, I know, make fun of it.
Right, exactly.
No,
Well,
that doesn't work.
No,
darn
it.
Here's the plus side for me.
Yeah.
The really good stuff for me was the Dick Van Dyke cameo.
Yeah.
And the Angela Lansbury cameo.
Yes.
Those were and Admiral Boom.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so
That was
glad
good.
that they kept that because that was spot on.
Oh yeah, the blowing up the neighbor like shooting a cannon and having to grab everything in the house. That was hilarious. That was great.
My favorite actor, my favorite character in it, despite my own preconceived notions about him, was Jack, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
I thought, man, everyone's got this thing so pumped up because of Hamilton, and I'm like, this is just going to be a complete flop.
No.
Well,
But
he's
he
a super
really-
talented guy. He wrote all the
He
music
is.
for Moana and
Yeah.
He honestly, whatever good perspective out of it, he brought it to the show.
Yeah, he did.
I thought that Michael Banks's character just was not developed at all.
Yeah.
Like the character was flat, and it wasn't because of the acting; it was because of writing.
Yeah.
I don't think they gave enough time to Jane Banks.
Right.
You know,
I agree.
Because I think they should have tied the new Banks kids and the old Banks kids a little
Yeah.
bit. And that would have bridged that gap. And Mary Poppins was nothing like the first
Oh
one.
yeah. Well, and I don't think they feature her enough either. I think she was in it and she helped with telling all the mini stories that were there. But in the first one, she was
She led
featured.
the whole thing.
Yeah, and this one she was not leading the whole thing.
Yeah, she didn't return. She really didn't return.
Yeah, it was just like let's bounce back, handshake, let's go away.
Yeah, it was return, no return, really.
Yeah. So, but I still loved it. I do want to go see it again to see if I could fall in love with it.
I don't.
And yeah, that's
That
fine.
was the longest 2 hours and 10 minutes of my whole week. No, not of my whole week, but of my movie watching week.
Well, and I want to see if the second time I can memorize one of the songs, and if that's possible, that'd be great. So, but overall, it's a 7. If I see it again, maybe I'll go up to an 8. But right now, it's still pretty hard 7. Yeah. What did you give it?
Well, let me tell you what my favorite scene was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please
First,
do. Yeah.
Was the lamplighter scene. I can't even think. It was like there was 10 minutes of them saying the same phrase over and over.
Yeah, and I couldn't understand what they were. Something like that. That song where so they were lighting all the lamps during that scene. Okay, yes.
I liked that because it was very similar to the chimney sweeps.
Yes, it was very similar to that.
And it was really cool because it brought people out of the shadows into the light. I liked that.
That was cool.
That was my favorite scene. What I took from it is, again, you have to pull your past into your present and take the good from it.
Yeah.
My overall impression, it was a 5.
Okay. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't often, you guys that listen to us, I don't often give a 5, and I won't go see it again. You know, even if someone paid for me to see it again, I'm not seeing it again unless I have it on streaming or something.
J.M. Strauss threw in his view of it, and he said he got. He said saw it and he gave it a 10 or 5 out of 5, which is in his book it's a 10. Hold on, let me just make sure because I don't want to.
Well, that just goes to show reasonable minds don't always agree.
Right. And he loves Disney films, so that's probably one strike there. Oh well, I don't see it unless it was probably my personal text thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a really good movie week though for me overall.
Yeah.
Felt really good. I can't wait for and not doing movie shaming or any of that, but I can't wait to hear Beth review some movies with us because I really love her perspective.
Totally.
No.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah.
I really do. It gives me things to talk about. Like I can not say like a lot of times and stuff. You give me language
Well,
I need now
I'm hoping to see it this week sometime. And yes, I did see what you were talking about, DJ. And yes, I would like to see that this week too. I don't know if I will. I might only be able to see one this week, but I'm gonna try.
There you go. Okay, that sounds good. Hey, you know how we said we might interject a few things in between, like some films that we think of that have filmmaking in them?
Like we usually do, yeah.
Like we usually do. Well, Joe text in. He put down Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Bowfinger.
Bowfinger! Yeah. I love Bowfinger. Is it regular rain or is it chubby rain?
Ooh. And then Tropic Thunder, Cloverfield, and Blair Witch.
Oh, Blair Witch.
Yeah, Blair Witch.
I have memories of cleaning up vomit.
Oh, no.
Many people got motion sickness in the movie theater watching that movie.
That was a pretty bouncy show, that's for sure.
So and when you work at the movie theater, you're the puke mopper.
Yes,
my wife had to leave that film.
Oh, I bet. That was pretty crazy. I mean, I never went to see it in the theaters because I heard it was just so bouncy. I was like, so I waited till I went on video when I watched it then. But yeah.
Did you have to wear pants to go get the movie?
That was back when I used to wear pants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't wear pants anymore.
Not usually.
It's still a family show. It's a kilt.
It's a kilt. That's right. Yeah. Cut that imagination. It's kilts. Come on. Cool. So there's that. All right. Let's move on to our challenge, shall we?
Sure.
Wow. We talked a lot about movies. Holy moly. All right. So last week's challenge was met by Crackhead Blue, and she got I Am Legend.
Yep.
Yep.
Fred.
Why are you there, Fred? You're not supposed to be there. Yeah, that was good.
The dog.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've only seen that movie one time because it just...
Yeah.
It was really good, but...
Yes, it was.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, here we go. Here's our next challenge. Just a few seconds. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be short either. Holy moly.
Good Lord.
Hey, laser lips. Your mama was a snowblower.
This is not meant to be a difficult one.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, that was a softball for sure.
It's like a gift.
I know, but I just, we have this app, not an app, it's something that goes on here. It's called Buy Nothing. It's on Facebook.
Oh.
I think it's on Facebook. I don't even know what it is, but Penny finds stuff that people are giving away. So you buy nothing. You can say, hey.
It's a really cool platform. What it is if you have things that you want to get rid of, you don't want to have to put them on Let Go or OfferUp or Craigslist or any of those kinds of things.
You just want to get rid of it.
What you do is you don't charge money for it.
No.
But what you do is you make a challenge out of it. For example, we had some bobblehead dolls from the Padres game where they announced Trevor Hoffman, number 51 of the San Diego Padres, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And mine was still in the box and still collecting dust, and I'm like, Don't need it. There's probably someone who is way more a Padres fan than I am, because I am not a Padres fan. The only thing I think the Padres are good for is they have a really cool hat. That's it.
There you go.
And it's fun to go to 1 or 2 games a year. That's it.
Yeah.
Because
Other
it's
than that,
baseball.
sunshade.
You know. Anyways, so my wife, we had 2 because one of our children was like, mine's collecting dust too.
Yeah.
And she just put it up on
Buy Nothing.
Buy Nothing, and said, tell me why you need this. We got some really cool stories. Like one lady's like, my husband's working 2 or 3 jobs because I can't find a job. He hasn't been to a Padres game for 3 years. He's a huge fan. Put pictures of him. And she said, and Trevor Hoffman's his favorite player.
Oh.
He ended up getting one of them. That's how Buy Nothing works. Or they make you guess a number between 1 and 10.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
That kind of thing.
Well, what happened is somebody look it up. And Penny was like, oh, we don't have that one. Here we go.
Wow.
Why we need it? We don't have it. There's a place in our movie book that's empty. Can we fill it with that film?
So...
Yes.
Just gave that one away.
Ah! Crap.
Yeah. Now, if you don't get it, next week's show is going to be an IEP special for you.
Wait, I will bleep it out. I will bleep it out. They won't. Nobody will know. I will bleep it out. That's gone. They don't even know I said that. But geez, Louise.
Yeah, you stepped right on it.
Thank you.
The whole thing.
Thanks for telling me. I would have never realized.
I know. That's why I said it. I was just like, well, I debated. I was like, I could tell him that he just like threw it out there, or I could just let it go.
No, tell me. You got to tell me these things.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, let's move on before I speak about it again.
Before you spoil it again.
I only said it once, right?
Yep.
Well, thank you. Good.
Hello. My name is DJ.
Yeah. Let's talk about streaming, shall we? I'd rather do that. I streamed nothing. I don't have anything to talk about other than I want to see the Christmas one with what's his name?
Kurt
he
Russell?
plays Kurt Russell. I really want to see that one.
It's pretty cute. P.S. Santa and Mrs. Claus have Bernese Mountain Dogs.
What? All right. That's
Shout
cool.
out to the Burner families. Whoa!
Yeah. I saw like 15 minutes of it in one of my classes at work, and that was about it.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah. It seemed really cool, which is why I really want to see it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what have you got? Let's see. What are you looking at right now, Beth?
Baby Mama?
Okay.
That's a Christmas
it makes me
gift.
laugh. It's a great movie. It's
Yes.
not a Christmas movie, not even a little bit, but that doesn't really matter to me right now. I have watched in insomnia moments a couple of the Hallmark style Christmas movies on Netflix. One was like The Spirit of Christmas, I think it was called. And that one was like a ghost story. It was pretty good.
Ooh.
Also, The Christmas Wedding Planner was pretty amusing. And there was another one that was like wah wah, and I can't remember which one that one is
And
called.
you know, it has to be said, filmmaking in a film Scrooged as a Christmas one.
Definitely.
That's a
Shout
great
out there.
one.
Good call.
Thank you.
They're
Thank you.
doing the Christmas Carol live broadcast on Christmas
Live
Eve.
broadcast. That's right. That's
I-
right.
How do we miss...
I know.
No.
Oh,
How did we miss Groundhog Day?
Oh yeah, there
Oh
you go.
yeah. How did we miss Groundhog Day?
Holy crap. That's
Wow.
like over and over and over and over.
It is,
Right?
isn't it? Oh, great one. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. We weren't going that far back, I guess.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. What else? What do you got streaming wise?
I watched a film that I just kind of tripped over on Netflix, Merry Friggin' Christmas.
Oh.
And I thought, I like the name. It's going to be total cornball. It's going to be horrible. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll have something to down on. Great movie. Here's a few of the people in it. Joel McHale,
Oh.
Lauren Graham,
Whoa.
Nice.
Clark Duke, Oliver Platt,
Hey-o.
Candice Bergen, and Robin Williams.
Wow. I just saw the front of that the other day, and I was just like, is that Robin Williams?
Yep.
It really is.
Oh.
It is kind of, the writing is kind of a horrible steaming pile of caca.
Right.
Okay. Well,
But Robin Williams and Joel McHale are father and son.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. I'm going
And
to take this
Robin-
moment to pour one out for my homie, Robin Williams.
yeah.
Rest in peace, brother.
So Robin Williams is a Midwest Wisconsin dad who runs an outhouse company.
Oh, of course.
So he does this miserable job as a father, ruins his kid, like his life kind of deal. And the kid's trying to overcompensate. Joel McHale's trying to overcompensate with his children. And that's the premise of the story. So there's an adoption in the family. So Joel McHale and his family go back to Wisconsin from like Chicago or something. And the whole story unfolds. Well, there's a little road trip involved with Robin Williams' truck with outhouses on the back, and it's goofy, and it's probably not the best movie I've ever seen. But the fact that those two were the center of it, it was great.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay.
I really liked it. If you want something like it's something between Christmas Vacation and Road Trip.
Okay.
Okay. Where did you see this?
I still saw it on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay. I was just trying to remember if it was Netflix or Amazon. It was like
you just had a Mary Poppins music moment.
no kidding, right? Right.
There's the title for your show.
Mary Poppins music moments.
I don't know. I was kind of hoping it would be Butthole King of the Sea.
Yeah. Oh no.
Butthole King of the Sea, Mary Poppins music moments.
Can that be a title?
I mean, that's a lot of titles. So if you
Oh,
want it to be
boy.
Mary Poppins music moment, enjoy.
Right.
Or it could be like Butthole King of the Sea.
Oh boy. Yeah, you might be Butthole King of the Sea. Actually, I don't know if iTunes will let it slide like that, but what the heck?
Well, you could call it Bunghole.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So
Go there.
I really liked it. Disclaimer: if you haven't figured out, Robin Williams is my favorite actor all time. So
yeah, we figured that one out.
yeah, that's all I streamed this week. This week was fairly at the actual movies more than
the streaming stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird week, but it was good.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, hey, let's move on to next week's films, shall we?
Yeah.
Like coming out tomorrow, Holmes and Watson.
Cannot wait.
Yep, that's gonna be good. That's
I
what
wish
I was
to
thinking.
view
you
this
were gonna
film.
see. That one's putting in her eyes for sure. Vice.
I want to see that movie. Something fierce.
Yep. And then On the Basis of Sex,
Oh.
the Ruth Bader Ginsburg film. Did I say it right this
Okay.
time?
You did. You nailed
Yes.
it.
All right. Anyway,
And I can't wait to see that one either.
Yeah.
When I saw the title, I'm like, what? No, what?
what?
What is going on? Ruth Bader Ginsburg just got out of cancer surgery.
Oh, wow.
Within 2 days, she's back on the job.
She's
Hey, I
serious
mean,
lady.
She is a beast.
She is.
I would not want to have to argue a case in front of that woman, because if there's a hole, she will drive the Mack truck through it.
Yeah. I have a feeling she's going to, even if she was dying, she would stay alive for 2 more years.
Just to see this sad circus through.
Yep, exactly. Yep, I think so. So those are what's coming out next week. So we've got some good ones, and I'm already out of A-list films to see. I'm already used it up, so I might actually have to go pay for something this week.
I got some gift cards for Regal.
Oh, there you go. So, oh boy. So okay. Well, what do you got for box office numbers, then?
Well,
Yeah.
I just figured I'd have a long pause. 'Cause I can't.
Well, I have some numbers. I don't know
I
what
have
they are, but I
numbers.
have them.
Yes.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Number 1.
No, number 2.
Number 2. Okay, I can see that. To Aquaman, who's got to be number 1.
Aquaman is definitely number 1. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
no
Way to
pun
go,
intended.
DC. I'm so proud.
Slaying the competition. And
Like
then in
Christmas,
third place,
like Santa's
Bumblebee.
sleigh.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I don't see that changing anymore because it's Monday.
Right. It's online. Aquaman was, I think the budget they said 130 million. They made 67
Yeah.
Wow.
and a half. Mary Poppins 23 and a half. Bumblebee 21.6, and I thought that was pretty strong for Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Because all the naysayers like myself
Yeah.
who are going, they'll hear like at Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve dinner and be like, "Oh, dude, it wasn't that bad, really."
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Go see it. Yep. I'm curious what the Christmas numbers are going to be. Like,
Oh.
I mean,
At 10 o'clock this morning, the wait for concessions was like, no, not even a Friday night.
Wow.
It was no.
it was no. Okay.
Yeah, it was like, holy crap. Every theater was full. They were
Wow.
freaking out. There was
Okay.
kids with their green ribbons just waiting to have a meltdown.
Oh, I bet.
They were all triggered.
Wow. Well, I don't think any of these that are opening next week are be number 1. I think we're going to see Bumblebee and Mary Poppins and Aquaman again in the same order. I think it might just stay the same.
I actually think Bumblebee will pull ahead.
Think so?
If not at the very top,
Yeah.
in second place.
Okay, that'd be cool. Because I don't see Holmes and Watson pulling up any further than 4. On the basis,
It could.
it could. Yeah.
Yeah, it could. I guess it just depends how many movies everyone watches.
I know. Huh?
Yeah.
That's true.
Really is.
Yeah.
For me, that's really the turning point. Like, is that
Right.
because it could be?
Yeah.
It really could.
Well, and Mary Poppins may get my money again. It just might. So
God, you're such a sellout.
I know. I can't help it. Yeah. Oh well. But hey, in the future, there's a lot of good films coming up.
Amen.
Yeah. So this one looks funny. A Medea family funeral. Because I mean, if you
dear.
like the Medea films, the Tyler Perry stuff, pretty funny. 5 Feet Away coming soon. That one looks
Interesting.
Yeah, cystic fibrosis, CF, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wasn't aware of what that's like, and perhaps this film will make me more aware of people with CF.
You probably have to wear your whatever color ribbon that is,
Whatever color that ribbon it is, yeah, I'll have to look
because
that up.
everybody has a ribbon now.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. So, yeah, but that looks kind of nice. I mean, I hope nobody dies.
Well, cystic fibrosis, you got to expect it.
That's true. Somebody's going to die a tragic death.
As long as it's not a dog, right?
Yeah, right. And the trailer I saw this week that came out, I was just absolutely, I loved. I can't
that
wait
new
for
one
this
is
one.
good.
Yes, Men in Black International
Yep.
looks freaking awesome. I really can't wait to see this. I was jumping up and down in the kitchen, exclaiming how much I was excited about this film. So, hurry up! And I think it comes out in May. I think I don't want to. Don't
I'll
quote me on that.
verify.
It'll be in a minute. That's when it'll be.
In a minute, yeah, it'll be quick. Like it's, we talk about these things and then they happen again. And so, by the way, if you in June, okay, so far away. Yeah. So
so far away, soon, like any second, it'll.
And just so you know, every once in a while you hear somebody yelling in the background. That's my niece Willow, who keeps
Willow!
yelling and saying stuff in the background. It's so weird. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
she forgot we were recording. It's just something she would do. But hey, she's cheering us on. She's our cheerleader.
Yeah.
So here's another one that hasn't really been. I think it's going to be a limited release. Is Stan and Ollie.
Yes, yes, that
yeah.
one is going to be
The end
limited.
of the month.
Yeah.
I want to see that one. Escape Room we've talked about a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. Escape Room. I'm supposed to take.
Did I mention Alita?
You did mention Alita. You can't wait for that
dude.
one.
I just hope I don't get disappointed because I'm so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking your daughter Isabel to see Escape Room.
Ah.
She really wants to see that. So,
and then the upside, I saw another.
Oh, yeah.
I saw another trailer of that. That looks
interesting.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's on my list. I was like, I want to see that trailer again before I talk about it. But yeah, no, it's good. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, next week, what we're going to talk about, or get to know our fans, get to know the cast, is movies about college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So there's, I'm sure you could think of some good ones, Van Wilder and stuff like that. Be great stuff. So yeah, movies about college. Send us, let us know. Text us or send us a voicemail at 512-podcast or email us a shout out at tfwmovies.com or at TFW Movies on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those babies. I don't know. Anything else we want to add? Beth, do you want to add another film for future films and stuff? I know I just
I'm
went
okay.
straight through there.
You guys got them pretty good.
All right. Very cool. All right, cool. Well, with that being said, I think it's time to end our show, don't you think?
All right. Thanks,
Captain
everybody.
Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel. Yeah, we're looking
yeah.
forward to that.
Also, I do! The Lego movie, the second piece!
The second piece?
The new Lego movie!
Oh, the new Lego movie. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be good. The trailer looks hilarious.
Second part, sorry.
The second part. Oh, yeah. Oh, Peace would have been a good choice, though.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Maybe we need a segment on changing movie titles.
I have been thinking about that. It's like, for so many years, I've been like, do you know what would have made that better if they'd come to me and said, hey, what should I do? And I said, this, and this would be better if you fixed it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but
Just
nobody
in
ever
case you
comes
were
to me.
wondering.
No one ever comes to me. Dang it. That's true. Oh, well, at least I came to you for this show.
Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah. But hey, speaking of thank yous, you've been listening to Thanks for Watching, and I want to thank, first, I want to thank Joshua Strauss for helping me with the song at the opening of the show. I want to thank Joshua Struthers for the opening of the show. Thank you for Big Checho's drawings of our logo. That's super awesome. Thank you to our cast, DJ McGee, Jimmy Harris, Beth Levine, and Adrian Rondo. Yeah. Thank you also, huge thank you to Jackie Harris and Penny McGee for letting us hang out and chit-chat about movies. And biggest, most hugest thank you of all goes to you, our audience. Because, you know what? You're listening to us.
You're not our audience. We're your hosts.
That's true. We're your cast, your host, the people that love you the most. That's right.
Also, Merry Christmas, unless you don't celebrate Christmas, in which case, Merry Today.
That's right. Merry Today. All right. That being said, and cut.